Good afternoon, second graders. I am recording our class meeting for this afternoon about your science research project. So what I have tried to do is I have modeled for you an example of how to create your report about the animal that you read about on BookFlix last week and created the flow map about. I decided to do the butterfly life cycle as a model because remember, you were asked to choose a different animal that we had not studied and do a life cycle report about that animal. Okay, so notice I have given my report a title. Now yours does not have to be typed, it can be, or you can just write it on notebook paper and send it to me in your best handwriting as well, because I know we need to be practicing with handwriting. It is your choice. So I gave mine a title, Butterfly Life Cycle. I started with the main idea sentence. I have studied the life cycle of a butterfly. So for example, if you studied the penguin, I have studied the life cycle of a penguin. I have studied the life cycle of a shark. Whatever animal you're focusing on, you can use my main idea sentence and just change the name of the animal, okay? Then I go into the steps of the life cycle. A butterfly begins its life as a tiny egg laid on a leaf, okay? How does your animal begin its life, okay? Then I use those sequence words that are real helpful when you're doing a report about a life cycle. I chose next. So the next step is it hatches out as a caterpillar and begins eating like crazy. The caterpillar molts or sheds its skin and becomes bigger several times. So notice I'm not only giving you the next step, how the caterpillar hatches out of the egg, but I'm also adding some detail about things that happen during that stage when it is a caterpillar. It's eating like crazy, it's molting its skin and becoming bigger. So when you do your report, if you can, include details about that specific stage in the life cycle. Used another sequence word, then. Then the caterpillar makes a chrysalis and hangs from a branch for a number of weeks. And the reason I put number of weeks, because remember we learned it depends on which butterfly we are studying. Some stay in the chrysalis for 2 weeks, like our monarch that we hope to observe. But other butterflies may stay in the chrysalis longer or for a shorter amount of time. Finally, the butterfly breaks out of the chrysalis and begins its adult life flying after its wings have dried. Okay, so I use those key sequence words in there to help guide you through the steps of the life cycle. Okay. Butterflies lives between 2 days and up to 9 months. So their life can be between 2 days and up to 9 months, as we learned. And I ended with an ending sentence, a conclusion sentence. This is what I learned about the butterfly life cycle. So you may want to end your report with something similar. This is what I learned about the ladybug life cycle, or whatever animal you wrote about. So see, it doesn't have to be very long. Just make sure that you have focused on the steps of the life cycle of the animal that you studied on BookFlix and created your flow map about. Okay, so this week your job is to use your flow map and even go back to the BookFlix book if you need to, because it's been a few days. And that can also help you if you go back to the BookFlix book with spelling things correctly and helping you describe what's happening in that stage of the animal's life cycle. So I really recommend that you do that, because what you'll do is you will write a rough draft. That means it's your first copy of your paragraph. Share it with an adult. If you want me to look over it with you, I'll be happy to set up a Zoom conference and I'll look at it with you. Just let me know. And then by Friday, you will turn in your final copy. Okay, that means if you had any changes you needed to make when you conferenced with an adult or with me, you made those changes, or if you needed to add details, you added those details. You'll turn in your final copy. That should look similar to mine. Okay. It does not have to be typed. Remember, it can just be your best handwriting, whichever you prefer. And you'll turn in that final copy by Friday for a life cycle report grade. Okay. I might even see if some of you can share your reports with us later. Okay, so I hope that this video and this model help you to understand more of what I'm looking for in your research project with your report. And I can't wait to see the reports that you write about your particular animal that you studied. Have a great week, guys.